Picture this. You're 35 years old. You've saved $1 million. According to every guru on the internet, you're done. You can retire forever. You quit your job. You post the LinkedIn announcement. You feel like you've hacked the system. Then 12 years later, you're broke. How does $1 million disappear? How does the dream of financial freedom turn into a nightmare of panic and regret? This is the story they don't tell you, the math they conveniently forget. The early retirement scam, the financial independence, retire early movement, fire exploded in the 2000s, blogs, podcasts, Reddit threads, ordinary people claiming they'd cracked the code, save 25 times your annual expenses, withdraw 4% per year, and never work again. It sounded scientific. The 4% rule came from the Trinity Study, a 1998 analysis of historical stock returns. The math seemed bulletproof. By 2020, tens of thousands had quit their jobs. They moved to Thailand. They bought tiny homes. They documented their freedom on YouTube. But something strange started happening around 2022. The success stories went quiet. Some deleted their channels. Others sheepishly returned to work. Because the math they believed in wasn't just flawed, it was built on assumptions that would crumble the moment reality knocked on the door. Here's how the scam works. The 4% rule says this: if you have $1 million and you spend $40,000 a year, your money will last at least 30 years, probably longer, maybe forever. It's based on historical data from 1926 to 1995. During that period, a balanced portfolio of stocks and bonds almost always survived 3 decades, even through the Great Depression. Sounds safe, right? But here's what they don't tell you. First, the study assumed a 30-year retirement. If you retire at 35, you need your money to last 50, maybe 60 years. The math breaks. Second, the study used American stock market data during the single greatest economic century in human history. It's survivorship bias dressed up as science. Third, the 4% rule doesn't account for sequence of returns risk. If the market crashes in your first few years of retirement, your portfolio never recovers. You're done. And fourth, inflation isn't predictable. The study assumed 3% inflation. In 2022, inflation hit 9%. Your $40,000 budget suddenly needs to be $50,000. Your safe withdrawal rate just became 5%, then 6%. The math eats itself. Let me show you what this looks like in real life. Meet Sarah. She's not real, but her story is a composite of dozens I've encountered. Sarah retired in 2020 at age 38. She had $1.2 million saved. She and her husband moved to Portugal. They budgeted $48,000 a year, 4% of their nest egg. For 18 months, life was perfect. They traveled, they hiked, they posted sunset photos with captions about freedom. Then 2022 arrived. The S&P 500 dropped 18%. Their portfolio fell to $980,000. But that wasn't the worst part. Inflation spiked. Their rent in Lisbon increased 22%. Their grocery bill doubled. Their budget wasn't $48,000 anymore. It was $65,000 just to maintain the same lifestyle. So they withdrew $65,000 from a portfolio that had already shrunk. They were now pulling out 6.6% annually from a smaller base. In a down market, by early 2023, their portfolio was at $870,000. They'd lost nearly 30% of their wealth in 3 years. Sarah went back to work, remote contract gigs, then a full-time job. They're still in Portugal, but the retirement dream is over. She was 40 years old. This is the turning point that the FIRE community doesn't talk about, the moment when the math stops being theoretical and becomes visceral, when you realize your freedom has an expiration date and it's approaching faster than you ever imagined. The collapse of the early retirement dream has ripple effects most people never anticipate. Age discrimination. When you try to return to work at 42 after a 4-year gap, employers don't see financially independent risk-taker. They see unemployment red flag. Your resume becomes a liability. The FIRE community has a term for this: one more year syndrome, the anxiety of whether you've saved enough. But there's a darker version no one talks about: I came back too late syndrome, the realization that you exited the workforce at your peak, earning years, and can't get back in. Second, healthcare. In America, early retirees face a brutal gap between their last employer-sponsored plan and Medicare at 65. Private insurance for a 40-year-old couple can cost $2,000 a month, $24,000 a year. That's not in the 4% rule calculation. And if you get seriously ill, a cancer diagnosis can generate $200,000 in out-of-pocket costs, even with insurance. Your $1 million portfolio is suddenly $800,000. Your 4% withdrawal rate just became 5%. The death spiral begins. Third, longevity risk. We're living longer than ever. If you retire at 35 and live to 95, that's 60 years. The Trinity Study didn't test for 60-year retirements. No historical data supports it. You're in uncharted territory. And here's the cruel irony: the healthier you are, the bigger the problem. Every year you live past 85 is another year your money has to stretch. Your reward for taking care of yourself is financial anxiety. Fourth, lifestyle inflation. The FIRE models assume your expenses stay flat, adjusted only for inflation. But life doesn't work that way. You have kids. They need braces, tutoring, college. Your parents age. They need assisted living. Your own health declines. You need knee surgery, hearing aids, eventually full-time care. The 4% rule assumes you're a static entity. You're not. You're a human being who ages, who accumulates responsibilities, who faces emergencies. Fifth, market assumptions. The FIRE movement emerged during a historic bull run, 2009 to 2021, 12 years of almost uninterrupted gains. Of course, the math worked. But what if you retired in 1999? You'd have endured the dot-com crash and the 2008 financial crisis back to back. Your portfolio would have been devastated. The 4% rule would have failed. What if you retired in 1968? You'd have faced the stagflation of the 1970s, rising prices, stagnant markets. Your safe withdrawal rate would have been closer to 3%, maybe less. The 4% rule works in retrospect. It's optimized for the past, not the future. And finally, the psychological toll. There's a reason lottery winners often go bankrupt. It's not just bad spending habits. It's the emotional weight of managing a fixed resource that can never be replenished. When you're working, you have bad months. You recover. When you're retired, every market dip feels like an existential threat. Every unexpected expense triggers panic. You're constantly doing the math. How many years do I have left? The FIRE community calls this spreadsheet anxiety, but it's more than that. It's the slow realization that you've locked yourself into a game of financial Russian roulette, and every year you pull the trigger. So what's the truth about early retirement? It's not impossible, but it's not what the gurus sold you. Real financial independence isn't about hitting a magic number and quitting forever. It's about building flexibility, multiple income streams, skills that stay relevant, a life that doesn't depend on a single portfolio performing perfectly for 6 decades. The 4% rule isn't a scam because it's wrong. It's a scam because it's incomplete. It's a model that works under specific conditions, sold as a universal truth. The people who succeed at early retirement aren't the ones who saved $1 million and stopped. They're the ones who saved $1 million and kept earning through passion projects, consulting, part-time work. They didn't retire from work. They retired from dependency. The real freedom isn't escaping the system. It's building a life where you don't need to escape. Because here's the unsettling truth. The math doesn't care about your dreams. The market doesn't care that you're tired. And inflation doesn't care that you saved 70% of your income for a decade. The only thing that cares is you. And if you're gonna bet your entire future on a spreadsheet, you'd better make damn sure it accounts for reality. So here's my question for you. If you had $1 million today, would you really quit? Or would you finally be free to do work that matters? Leave your answer in the comments. And if this changed how you think about retirement, hit subscribe because the math everyone believes is wrong about a lot more than just this.